In today's video, we are going to look at the one crazy prototyping technique pro-level designers use to take their UI designs to the next level, using radial gradients to highlight any image, fancy fonts and how to get them just right, the number one hack to making pro-level logos on the fly, making an all-dark mode color theme flow, and removing image backgrounds without a background remover for UI designs, all the while making this crazy UI design in Figma in just 3 minutes. So let's go. We'll start off by creating a new Figma design file and rename the file to be Cake UI Design. Now we'll click on F and drag to create a new frame and resize it to have 1920 by 1080 width and height. This is the standard horizontal landscape mode width and height for desktops. Now we'll go to Google and search for unsplash.com. This is a site for free images for commercial and personal use. I'm going to search for the image of a cake. Once I've found an image that I like, I'm going to download it and get back to Figma, where I'll click on Ctrl Shift and K to get the dialog box to get my file. Once I've imported my image file, I'll crop it to be the shape of a square exactly around the corners of the cake. And now I'm adding a border radius so that everything is rounded off into a perfect circle. Now we'll center the circle inside of our frame. Now we'll give our frame a background. I'm choosing a shade of brown that is pretty similar to the colors already used in our image. To make the central image pop, I'm using a radial gradient where a brighter shade of brown is coming out from the center, highlighting our cake image. Now we'll add some text, increase the font size, center line everything, and search for a pretty font for the title. With a design like this, I really want a fancy font. Parchment is my font choice for this design because it's really fancy looking. But it is a smaller font, so we are going to have to increase font size to be larger and center line everything once again. For the body text, I'm using Roboto Slab with the semi-bold thickness and increasing the font size to be 28. We'll make the color of the text yellow and make everything uppercase. Now we need to add a logo. We'll use the same font Parchment and a single alphabet of the initial M. Now we'll get all our other cake images for the other screens, process them so they don't have a background image anymore and are in the shapes of perfect circles. And we'll duplicate our first frame, change the image, send our new image to the back and delete the previous image. Now we change the background color and the text for this new frame. The reason we're using blue in the background is because the blueberries on the main cake increase the contrast and make the whole thing pop. Now we'll copy our initial two screens and duplicate them a bunch of times and replace the images and the text to get our new frames. And now we'll put all of our cake images in a straight line to make the navigation bar. We'll resize this navigation bar to be smaller and put it on all of our screens. Once you've positioned it perfectly on the first screen, make sure this navigation bar is inside of the first frame and then copy it and click on all of the other frames to paste it. This makes sure your navigation bar is pasted in the same position in every frame, so you don't want to click outside the frame. Now it's time to add some action. We'll link all of our screens to the next ones using the Smart Animate feature in Figma with a gentle timing of 800 milliseconds to go to the next slide on click. This functions well, but I want to add motion to this. Okay, this next trick is so special because I don't see designers use this often enough, and it is the secret sauce to this whole design. So I'm going to get all of the images that are not the current image, duplicate them, get them in a single place, make them smaller and group them. And now I'm going to move this group inside of the main frame and put it behind the current image. What this does, it hides the frame of all of the different images present in the group. And now we're going to take our main image and put it inside the group as well. And so now we have this group which has one instance of all of the images used throughout the design. Only the main image of this design is enlarged and put at the top. And we're going to do this for all of our screens. And now when we start smart animating this, we get this cute pop-out animation which looks super pretty, super easy to do, super great in production, and it brings the whole design together.